Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 917. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Ray. What's up, Ray?
What's going on, guys?
Well, it's kind of weird how Capaldi do 3 more years of Doctor Who last month, and then all of a sudden, abruptly today, he says his time with Doctor Who is done. He's leaving. It's time to move on. Something stinks, Ray. And we pretty much, a lot of us think that the BBC forced Capaldi out, but he's being very nice about it. We've heard nonsense that the toy sales have been crappy sales and the marketing, but people don't take responsibility because Doctor Who was off the air for a year. But they gotta. I mean, we don't have anything to confirm this, but I am having the opinion that they forced Capaldi out, and they're gonna go the route that they said in that article about having a young doctor and a young companion, like David Tennant's time. That's probably believable. What do you think's going on, Ray?
I don't know, because it seems funny, though, doesn't it? Because first it was Moffat saying about that he wasn't getting anything for the money from Doctor Who first. Then it seems funny that as soon as the new showrunner was announced, that Capaldi said, "Oh, I'm going to stay," and then now it seems that something's gone on.
Well, he said he wasn't sure, but he was leaning towards staying.
Yeah. Then it's something obviously gone off in negotiations or something for him to, or something to happen for him to think, "Oh, right, I've got to get out of here now." If they
Yeah, you know what it is? Today was an event that Chibnall had an event for Broadchurch. So this was not planned to screw up his events because everybody was bothering him about Doctor Who and he's trying to promote Broadchurch. So obviously something went wrong. I don't think
there's been a breakdown somewhere because this ain't just happened overnight, has it?
I mean, you don't announce that the Doctor's leaving before the freaking season starts.
I'm not being rude.
Season starts April 15th.
I'm not being rude. That's already going to put the show numbers down and not again, in it. If you're going to announce it, wait till after the end of the series.
Yeah. See, the problem is that if, let's just say, there was people who didn't like Capaldi, right? Now that they know he's going to regenerate, they'll just wait till Christmas time to watch Doctor Who.
That's what I mean.
Be down. I'm just saying for those fans. I personally really was wrong. I thought that Capaldi was going to stay. I really wanted him to stay.
I wanted him to stay.
I think it was his fault. I think it was the writing. And then he couldn't get his doctor down pat. They didn't know what direction they want. They made his doctor too sarcastic. They made his doctor too dark. Then they made his doctor light. Then they made his doctor didn't care about people dying. Then they made his doctor. I mean, it's just all over the place.
And then they made him like he didn't care the result of his actions or whatever. And then there was that
he didn't care about the Earth. The kill the moon was just that crazy.
Then there was that stupid storyline with a shielder all the time, which messed him up.
That was garbage, that whole hybrid storyline.
I was watching Chibnall's episode of Matt Smith's The Power of Three. And that gave you an inkling of where he was going to go with the show in a way.
Right.
And now with Capaldi, this is just going to stink. Because I know you said, if they're going to go down the route of a younger doctor again, then what's the point? In the old show, you had old doctors as well. Artnell, Troughton.
Right. If they have an interesting enough story that they could sell toys. If they have like new villains, old villains, like something, then they could make brand new toys of brand new creatures or old creatures or ice warriors or something. But that's the problem. When they do the season, they don't take into account, okay, well, let's do a season, let's make marketing and let's make toys, they don't do that. They just do whatever they want. And then afterwards, they're like, oh, yeah, we didn't really create anything new for this season to do toys on.
We didn't really think about it. We didn't really think about it. We just went with what we think is going to be best for the show.
But that's the job of the showrunner. The showrunner's got to say, okay, besides writing for Doctor Who, besides directing Doctor Who, besides setting up the whole season of Doctor Who, he has a responsibility for the merchandising of Doctor Who. How is he going to market Doctor Who? How is he going to merchandise it? What toys are going to be available? what kind of things could last a couple of years. So with Chibnall, we're going to get a new TARDIS. We're going to get a new Sonic. We're going to get a new Doctor. We're going to get a new companion, new composer, new everything. There's a lot of ways to promote that. But with Capaldi,
I was going to say, on the flip side of that, that's also going to put him under a lot of pressure. At least if Capaldi stayed, he was going to have a part of the puzzle, because Capaldi could have helped him figure out where to go with the show, because Capaldi's a fan. But now we're back to square one again.
And the problem is, I mean, Moffat, I think, was the problem too, because Moffat's trying to put input on Chibnall, and maybe Chibnall needs to be his own man. You know, like flat out saying Capaldi's not leaving because I'm not leaving. That kind of put a strain on it, because then it's like, well, that's not fair.
And then Capaldi come out today, he missed Jenna Louise Coleman, and that kind of put a spin on everything with Moffat.
See, the problem is, I honestly think that if Jenna Louise Coleman stayed, he would have stayed.
I think.
Because I think he was comfortable with her as the assistant. I think he saw her as a Sarah Jane Smith type. Verbal.
She would have spun with multiple doctors, I think.
Yeah. I think that was a mistake.
I'm not being rude. Her time wasn't ready to go yet, I don't think. And I think Moffat was
did too much with her. They should have fixed her right before they.
It's like Karen Gillan. She wants to come back in some aspect, but now Moffat's the only one who's going to have to fix that.
So does Maisie Williams. Maisie Williams wants to come back too now. This is the new thing now. All these people want to come back.
But how are you going to? I'm not being rude. How are you going to get Karen Gillan to come back? What are you going to say? She's an echo?
I have no idea, man. That's up for the writer to figure out.
This is just going to get.
How could you have it with a different doctor?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not being rude. There's some aspect where I think, right, this show's going to do brilliant, and then there's some times when I look at read something and I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, let me throw this at you, right? Let me throw this at you, okay? What if they did the unthinkable? What if Capaldi regenerated back into Matt Smith? Crap, and then they're going to get Amy and Rory back, and then all these different things, and fix up some of the stuff that Moffat didn't get to do with Matt Smith's doctor. What if they do that?
They could do that, but then
what if they do that for a year? What if they say, let's give him another season out of him?
Yeah, they could do that, but then what are you going to say? How would they go about it? The Gallifrey didn't like the way they acted in Hellbent, and so they took away one of these last regeneration.
I don't know. But see, the thing is that
because I'm not even with Hellbent.
Doctor Who could go in either direction.
Yeah, you had Evan Sent of the last series, which was a great one. Then you had Hellbent, which kind of ruined it. The Christmas special finished off River's story, and now you're going into series 10, knowing that the Doctor's leaving, and now you've got a companion for a year. It's not going to work.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Who's he going to regenerate? Because in the Christmas special, he's going to be by himself. So you're gonna have to get Clara back for the Christmas special. Because
that's what he said. That's what happened, weren't it? With Amy, with Matt Smith, they got her back for that, didn't they?
Moffat's got to get Jenna Louise Coleman back for the Christmas special, and Maisie Williams.
He's got to swallow his pride somewhere there and do something there,
or something towards the effect where he fixes the problem. She wakes up in the Nether Sphere with Danny Pink. He pulls them out, and it's a thing with that. Even if Missy is not in the Christmas special, he needs to have a happy ending for Clara that she lived. And
we ain't had a companion that basically walked away since Martha and Donna.
So why do we have to have them? Why do we have to have it that they're dead? That's what I don't understand. Why can't it just be that executive decision that this woman convinced the Doctor to save them in the Time War, that she convinced the Time Lords to give the Doctor regenerations? Why can't they hold her as like a monument on Gallifrey? And they say, you know what, we're the Time Lords, who cares? We're the Lords of Time. We're going to break the rule. We're going to put her back to life. What is the big problem?
Yeah, they really should be thanking her for so many things, shouldn't they, with the Doctor? Mm-hmm. But instead, this with Moffat and that, it's like, she can just rot. Danny Pink can just rot in like hell, basically, because that's what the Nether Sphere was. So we're not going to worry about him anymore. And
That Danny Pink thing, that was a weird thing with the actor because they screwed that up, I think.
I didn't even like the way that he come out of it because they made Clara sound so stupid. You call him and then he gets run over. What?
Yeah, he's a soldier, but yeah, he's not looking both ways when he crosses the street. Right.
I know even
he could leap over a killing machine with pinpoint accuracy where you don't get shot.
Yeah. But then he was a soldier and he was trained, so obviously he could hear something like that, like from a mile off.
Right. That makes no sense.
They've got to do so much now. I feel sorry for Chibnall now. Because he, like I said, he had a promising thing where he thought, all right, I've got Capaldi, I've got my doctor, now I can work around it all. Now he's got to go.
He's got a mess, basically. But you know what the problem is? The problem is that if Moffat doesn't clean up his mess, no one's going to clean up his mess, and it's just going to be unresolved. And people do not like unresolved stuff. They can't stand it. So that's the problem, my friend.
It's just gonna. I hate to say it, but I have to say it now. I'm not going to like the show numbers when it comes out in April. How many is going to drop now? Now Capaldi's announced that.
And then I'm hearing she's going to regenerate Missy, and we don't know who she's going to be. And I don't know.
That needs to be sorted out.
I think they ruined the whole Series 10 launch by this drama. The BBC can never handle their drama right, and they ruined the Broadchurch party because they started this Doctor Who crap, and everything got effed up totally today. Like totally things are like, how could you be looking forward to a Series 10 when you know he's going to die and regenerate? I mean, it's just isn't. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, I just want to see him regenerate. They're not going to give a crap about the season.
No, they're going to be.
It's ruined. It's ruined.
They're going to be like, right, who's going to be the new Doctor? They're going to have to be too focused.
I mean, what kind of shit is this? Honestly, that back in the day we didn't know what he freaking regenerated. We didn't know shit. No. I understand that we have the social media, but this is bullshit.
I like the surprise factor.
We should not know if he's going to regenerate.
I don't mean
effing show.
Don't you though? You like the surprise factor. That's why you watch the show.
I want the one thing that we should be surprised about is when he regenerates. We should not effing know when he regenerates because this is bullshit. Then we know what's going to happen in the episodes, and who the fuck wants that? And I don't like to curse, but I'm getting really aggravated because we know what happens. We know what happens. You know, with David Tennant and Matt Smith, and enough is enough already, right? Get your shit in order, BBC. Stop screwing around. 1 minute you want the guy to friggin' stay. You ask Peter Capaldi to stay. The guy's making a friggin' thing. Well, I haven't made my decision, but I can see myself to being a doctor for 3 more years. And then a month later, now it's like, oh yeah, my time has passed. What the hell happened, man?
So unless he's gone in and said to him, all right, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Unless he's gone in and said to I want to write some shows, and they said no, we don't want you writing anything, and then he's gone and. But I'm not even rude. You could see what's going on with this. Yeah, I was going to say, if he was going to write some things, then I could understand because like I say, he's a Doctor Who fan. It's just annoying.
We were just talking, Chris, because I don't understand how Capaldi says he didn't make his decision, but last month. He made a statement saying that he could see himself being the Doctor for 3 more years. And then all of a sudden, today, right, they had Chris Chibnall held this big party for, I guess, the Broadchurch premiere. Something went wrong somewhere. And now he's coming out today, unexpected, making a speech he's leaving. Freaking Chibnall's getting swamped, not by Broadchurch stuff, but Doctor Who questions. He's pissed off. The Series 10 was announced, it's April 15th, but nobody gives a crap because they know he's going to regenerate Christmas. So what the hell went wrong, Chris? Like what's?
I don't think anything went wrong. I think he just decided not to do it. Yeah, no, not just today.
Today he just woke up.
I think that this was a decision that he made a little while ago.
And today they just announced it.
Yeah.
Which was bad timing for Chibnall because he was annoyed. I mean,
I think it was bad timing, but I think that I think maybe it was a good thing that he announced it early because they could start looking for his replacement or the next doctor or whatever you want to say.
But I don't.
I'm very disappointed.
I just didn't like I know we were saying about the doctors and like regeneration is a random thing. But I didn't like the live show which they done to announce Capaldi. I would have just liked them to say, "We've got our doctor, but you've got to wait to see till the Christmas special to see who it is."
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
I know with Matt Smith, you had him pressed up in the press like, "Oh, he's going to be the new doctor now," but there wasn't no certainty over it, like if he was going to accept the role. And then in end of time, you found out he actually done it. With Capaldi, they had to announce.
Well, that was the thing. We knew who Matt Smith was before the damn episode aired. We knew what he looked like. We were like, "Oh shit," you know. But Chris, going back to you said you're very disappointed.
I'm very disappointed that this is going to be his last season because I do like him despite some of the issues I think that he's had that aren't his fault. You know, character wise. I was hoping that he would stay at least for Chibnall's first season, so we could kind of see what where the show is going to be, and we would go in with a familiar doctor. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
I feel like now Chibnall can do whatever he wants, yeah, but I'm disappointed because I just wanted Capaldi to stay longer, and I feel like, unfortunately, if Series 10 is not as good as as people are hoping, or like we're hoping, or it's just not good at all, then Capaldi's Doctor is going to have a legacy like the Seventh Doctor, where people are just like, well, we don't really like him that much.
Or the Sixth.
And it's going to, or the Sixth Doctor, yeah, excuse me. And it's going to be, but even the Seventh Doctor too, because I know a lot of people who are classic fans that say, oh, it was because of that Doctor that the show got canceled. And,
but it's decisions
I don't want it.
Sorry, Chris. Go on.
No, you're good. I don't want his Doctor to have that stigma that this is where this is how the show started going down. Because I got to tell you, I think less people are watching the show.
Well, they're going to watch. There's going to be less people watching the show in April. Come April, because now Capaldi's announced this. I was saying, Chris, that they should have waited till after Series 10 finished to announce it, because the viewing numbers are going to be crap. Yeah, because the viewing numbers would be pretty crap now.
I mean, they could have looked for a doctor but not announced it. I mean, it's like, how could you be excited for Series 10 when you know he's going to regenerate? Like, I mean, you know what's going to happen, so you're not going to be surprised. It's not like he's going to regenerate in episode 3.
Oh, that would be a shock.
It's kind of it kind of spoils everything. I mean, it's like we heard now. Here's the thing: everything's mapped out for us. So we heard that probably Missy's going to regenerate in the finale, but we're not going to see who she regenerates into.
Like we did with me.
Like we did with John Sim. Got to pick the master, I guess.
It's like John Sim. We didn't see him regenerate, did we?
No. So that's the thing. It's like, the only thing that is probably going to be a big deal is that they're probably going to bring John Lewis Coleman back for the Christmas special. They're probably going to bring, because it's funny how Maisie Williams came out the other day and she said she was totally done with Doctor Who, and all of a sudden she's like, I'm completely open to returning as a show or me.
Yeah.
Karen Gillan.
So I kind of find that a little funny that she said that like a day or two ago. And it's funny how Karen Gillan, days before that, says that she opened up her schedule just in case she was going to do a couple episodes, when she was the one that wanted to be killed off where she couldn't return.
Oh, yeah, Chris. That's what I was going to ask. So now we've mentioned Karen Gillan. Well, because Joe asked me this. What if they done with Matt Smith, like got him back as a surprise return and done and got Karen Gillan back, and that, because that's what you asked me, weren't it, Joe?
Yeah, what if they did something crazy and they said, "Oh, let's just make Matt Smith the Doctor again, and just do a crazy thing with because Karen Gillan would come back, this one come back, and we'll do a season like we not had Matt Smith before."
I wouldn't want that, because to me that's taking 2 steps backwards, and that's the last thing the show needs right now.
But if the show was in dire straits, if it was, would that be that bad?
Yes.
To do something like that?
Yes,
Okay.
because in my opinion, if you have to rely on things that you did in the past to get the show, over, basically, I'm using wrestling terms here, but to get the show
Right,
over,
I got you.
then every time that you try to do something new, or sometimes when you try to do something new and it doesn't work, people are going to go, no, do the thing you did in the past. And it's going to be like, but we want to move forward.
Right.
Sometimes it's good to, to reference the past, to show the past. If they want to bring them back for a special, I have no problem with that. But if they're going to come to me and be like, hey, we're going to do a whole new season, great. Who's going to be the doctor? Well, it's going to be Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. I saw that already. I don't need to see it again. That's just me. I know that there's probably a lot of people out there that would jump on board with that. But I got to tell you, I'd rather see something new. But the difference is, like, the difference with Chibnall coming in with something new. I think he's going to do something new. I want to see them do something new with this doctor.
Oh,
Because I don't think this doctor's hit his full potential yet. I really don't.
what if, I'm just finding out here, what if they're going to go looking for a female doctor?
I think that's a very distinct possibility to get the ratings back up. I really do.
Because I'm not being rude,
Haley Atwell.
I'm not being rude, they've done it with class, ain't they? They've made out that one is a doctor somewhere, didn't they? They said that. Now, this could tie in with class if they'd done something like that, couldn't they?
Well, I think this season is going to tie in with Class anyway because of that ending.
Yeah, with the Weeping Angels. It would have to. At some point in time.
Unless it doesn't get resolved.
Well, it has to get resolved because that's a big deal about a Weeping Angel invasion of Earth.
Yeah.
I doubt the kids could stop the Weeping Angels.
They need the doctors out
I'm sorry.
there, yeah.
Yeah, and
but if they go looking for a female doctor, then that would get the ratings up, like Chris said. But then would people accept the show is going in the right direction? Because fans of the show have been saying it's a male lead.
well,
But you know what
that's
will
another.
happen?
Well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
if he regenerates into a female, would his preference change? Or would he be the same person but just in a female body? Like, would he still want to have female companions?
Unless they're going to bring Jenna Louise Coleman back and she's going to be the doctor.
No, she's not going to be.
I know, but that'd be something crazy. Or Karen Gillan as the
You know what? I was going to say this before. This is what I think will happen because I've seen it happen in other fan bases that I'm a part of. I think if the Doctor regenerates into a woman, there's going to be a massive divide in the Doctor Who fan base. The newer fans...
That's going to definitely create it.
Yeah, the newer fans are going to jump on board with this. They're going to be so happy. They're going to accept it outright. They're going to tarnish anybody who disagrees with it. It's going to be a problem. The classic fans are going to lose their minds. They're going to say, this is ridiculous. Yeah. This is stupid. And I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of either side. I'm just. This is just what my opinion of what's going to happen. I think the classic fans are going to give it maybe a couple episodes, and then if it doesn't work, if they're not feeling it, they're going to be out.
I got to tell you, like, for me to leave the show, honestly, after watching it as my first, honestly, for decades, I don't want to see a female doctor.
I agree.
Okay? And I would be like what you said. I give it a couple episodes, but I probably would be so enraged that they did that and so hurt. I would not do a Real Whovians cast anymore. I probably would delete all my Facebook pages of Doctor Who and any trace of it if I get really that bad. And it's a sad thing because I really love Doctor Who, and it's been a part of my life since basically I was like 5 years old. Really. So for them to jump the shark, because that's jumping the shark for me, I probably wouldn't come back from that. I probably would be like, you know what? I can't do a cast anymore on something I don't enjoy. And that would be the end of that, honestly.
I only said it because they teased that kind of thing with the general in the last in
That's
the
a problem.
finale,
They've
didn't
been
they?
teasing that, yeah.
And then
So I think that's would be the kicker. I mean, if you ask me, I know we had this little thing on Facebook before, Chris, Connor and you and me. If they made him 20-something, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But you would have a problem with that if he's like in his 20s, right?
I would give that a chance. But again, for me, it's the same thing with. Here's my thing. All right.
When Matt Smith 22 when he took the role?
Wasn't he like 25, 26 or something?
It is twice, I think.
Okay.
He was the youngest doctor. He was the youngest doctor, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Matt Smith, he was young, but his doctor wasn't a 20-year-old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He acted like the old man who regenerated into a younger body. My issue would be is if the doctor regenerated into a younger, if a younger actor portrayed the doctor, that's fine. But if they make him act like a younger character, that's where I'm like, no. No. You know what I'm saying? But if he was like Matt Smith, where you could tell he was portraying an older soul, I guess you would say, then I would be fine with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because David Tennant and Matt Smith worked. But if he acts like a 20-year-old, which would be very weird.
Well, let me
then
ask you a
I'd be
question
like,
because I brought this topic up. I brought this topic up because I remember this episode where the Fourth Doctor said to one of his companions that even a Gallifreyan brain, if they get to a certain age, they have to, like a computer, get rid of all this information. It can't handle like 1,000 years of memories. And he's 2005. So I was saying to myself, well, what if, because he's the oldest Time Lord in existence, as far as I know, he's also got a new cycle of generations. What if the side effect is that they have to shed that stuff from him where he may, how he gets sick when he regenerates?
Yeah.
What if that lasts a whole damn season? He don't know who the hell he is. Like, he knows how to fly the TARDIS, and he knows the villains, but he just doesn't know who the F he is.
So basically, he knows the basics, but not all of it.
He doesn't know who he is. He wants to know who he is. Like, what if they just do that? Because they'll say, oh, this will be an interesting thing for the new fans and the old fans because you, along with the Doctor, don't know who the Doctor is. And then he's trying to find out who he is.
that'd be cool.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd like that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I'd like that. It'd be different.
Yeah.
Well,
but then he has to find out within a certain amount of time because some of that information is integral to the threats or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm going to throw it out in. Now we've heard this news. I know it's early. But who would you be your top 3 picks for the next Doctor?
That's too early, man. I mean, we just got the blow today at 4 or something. I was trying to look, but I would need some more time to figure that out. I have no clue. No clue at all.
Me neither. I honestly, I think they should get someone new. A new.
The only thing I think would be interesting is see Doctor relationship got sour. Because here's the thing, I really don't like it that they're friends. They were never really friends, as much as they said that they used to be friends in the Academy days or whatever. I don't like that. So, say something goes sour with Missy and she regenerates, right? I would really like her to do something despicable and devious and be a first for the show where with one of his companions. But that is her, and she's evil, and she's, because the thing is, I remember, and I keep saying this, if you ever seen Billie Piper in Penny Dreadful, she was amazing as a villain. Unreal. Yeah. She beat the shit out of Frankenstein's monster. Scared the shit out of Frankenstein's monster when he's in the corner. And like, oh shit. And she's like talking and screaming. And I'm like, oh my God. You imagine if Billy Piper played like the master? Like just having the form of the arrogance, knowing that he loved her and she is going to be in his face every time. That would be a piece of shit thing to do. But I could see the master doing something like that.
Or if she took a form of one of his previous forms.
Well, see, that would be a little more difficult because then, I mean, that's affecting people more because they like. I mean, we could see Mr. Clever fighting the Doctor, like Matt Smith returning as Mr. Clever with the Cybermen, right?
I would. But I tell you how much I would mark out for that if they did that. I would be so on board if they did that well.
Yeah. Even if they turn David Tennant's Metacrisis Doctor into the Valyard of a bitch because Rose died or something, I would be like, oh shit. That'd be amazing.
You know what would be interesting on that point that you just made? You know how it was, they were trying to say that, the Valyard was trying to get his lives,
Yeah.
They could say he was trying to get his lives to Rose.
Yeah. It could be one of those Darth Vader things or something.
Yeah.
He's selfish purposes. He wasn't really an evil bastard. He did all that evil stuff for her.
He's like, I'm living in a different universe. This isn't my universe. Screw this universe. I'm gonna go.
Who gives a shit?
I don't lie and go back to mine.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I'm just gonna take it. That's it.
The Valyard being someone who has nothing to lose sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah.
They got to come on. That's coming up anytime soon.
I would have that scene. I would have the Doctor that wouldn't you'd say like how he's like, I wouldn't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. You could have a moment. You could have a moment where the Valyard and the Doctor are like standing in the TARDIS, and you give the Valyard like a monologue, and then at the end he looks square in the eye to whoever the Doctor is, and he points and he goes, "Now you tell me you wouldn't do the exact same thing to save her. You tell me that to my face right now."
Right.
And then just see. That is the type of storytelling that I like, that I think we all like.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're getting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
We never get what we want. Yeah.
Well, it'd be cool if the Christmas special where Capaldi regenerates did in fact bring the Valyard into play.
That's too late already. With that. I could see them making a young Doctor and an old Master. And then, the Master is kind of like having the one-up knowing who the Doctor is. And the Doctor's like 20-something. I could see Charles Dance as a Master. But I could definitely see Billy Piper as a Master. That'd be fantastic. And if you had Mr. Clever, and even if you had Mr. Clever with a beard, because I liked it when Matt Smith tell me, right, Chris?
Yeah.
When he had the beard and came to Delaware, whatever, and they were building that thing, and he's like, you could build a whatever, it won't be enough. I was like, oh, shit, that's awesome.
It was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I got to chill for a second to be like, oh my God, can you imagine if this was the Valyard right there? Even when David Tennant became like, I was like freaking out. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Waters of Mars? And he's like, nobody can stop me. Who's going to stop me? And I'm like,
oh yeah, the Time Lord victorious, yeah.
I was like, oh shit, what the fuck's going to happen? I was like, oh my God. What the fuck? He was like, oh my God, he's turning evil. I was like, oh my God. That would have been amazing.
I feel like that whole thing with David Tennant never went anywhere, though. It was like, he's showing all this darkness, and then it was like,
he's like, oh, what have I done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should have been gone across on a multiple episode basis, I think.
Well, you know what it is? You can honestly say that he was losing his mind. He didn't go to the end of time. He went to like the day of the Doctor or whatever. He's getting married. He's doing kind of crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
It's like, why the hell is he getting married? He didn't love that girl. Like, what the hell? It was like, what? he's just so warped. That's what I thought. You know. But they should have played that out even better.
There's been loads of things that they should have played out better over the years, ain't there?
This whole thing with Capaldi fixing the problem in New York, that's Moffat saying, I have to fix the pond problem. Like he has intentions, like he thinks he's going to bring Matt Smith back to do it. There's something weird with that.
It would be nice if in the Christmas special there was an Easter egg to Amy and Rory somewhere.
You know what? Don't be too surprised if we don't see multiple doctors in a Christmas special, possibly.
Mm.
Maybe he's going to do a thing where it's going to be Christmas Wish or some weird thing where, you know, he does something, the Time Lords just say, you know what, the hell with it, and we're going to grant you something, and you know, Matt Smith, he's able to be Matt Smith's doctor, going to save the ponds and bring them back, and then he does something as David Tennant, and he does something, you know, it's like, I mean, I don't know. And then Capaldi, Clara. What?
I said, don't you think that there should be an Easter egg to Amy and Rory in the Christmas special just gone?
First of all, it doesn't make sense to me that Moffat would say, I'm going to erase Russell T. Davis's whole effing storyline about the Time War. And the Doctor wouldn't do that. The Doctor would find a way. So if he could find a way to save billions of people on Gallifrey by using all his selves and sonic screwdriver and TARDISes and put free, why couldn't he save Amy and Rory? I don't effing understand how it's okay to do this one thing, but that it's not okay to do the Amy and Rory thing. The Amy and Rory thing is a simple thing.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like he chose the Doctor to because it was the name of like an Ela and that.
Moffat's last episode, regardless of Capaldi being there, he needs to have a moment, even if you have Matt Smith for like 10 minutes, that he had a memory, it was awakened, he saved Amy and Rory as the Matt Smith Doctor, he puts them back, he goes to Victorian time, he touches the memory worm, and it's erased. And that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Because you can't leave it like that. And the Clara thing has to be solved too. She can't be traveling all over the universe, bouncing around in a TARDIS. She doesn't know how to fly it. She's going to cause a problem. And Danny Pink needs to be alive. Danny Pink, that whole future doesn't make any sense.
Talking of things, with Clara. You know, I said to you earlier that I was watching The Power of Three, Joel. He took something from that and old Moffat. Because if you remember, in the Bells of St. John, I remember. That was it, Bells of St. John. I watched that earlier, and Matt Smith said to Clara when they were in doing the computer thing about the long way round. And then he used it again when Clara was returning to the Shielder. I was like, really? You had to go back to another episode again and take something you read from a previous Doctor?
Right.
That's it. That's too frequent with him.
You know what Moffat should do? Prize us all. Moffat should say, I want a Christmas special and a New Year's Eve special like Russell T. Davis. Because we had two. Remember End of Time Part 1 and Part 2?
Yeah.
1 week was Christmas, then was New Year's. Remember that, Chris?
It
was two. Yeah, it was two. It was a Christmas special and it was a New Year's special. So he needs to say, you know what? I can't finish everything in one Christmas special. So I want the Christmas special to be like End of Time Part 1 and 2. I want it to be like 2 episodes, hours or 3 hours, and then he could put everything in it. He could put the Ponds, he could put Matt Smith for 5 minutes, he could put David Tennant for 5 minutes or whatever, but then have a whole time with Clara, Capaldi, Danny Pink. He regenerates Clara and Danny Pink, make sure he's okay in the TARDIS, and they go off on their life and they just stay away. And then that's it. That's what you got to do.
It's like we were pissed off when that whole situation with the God complex with him seeing apparently crack in time.
Yeah, he did not see the crack. He saw.
I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude. If he saw the crack in time, why was the TARDIS cloister bell doing that sound?
Because he didn't see the crack.
That's
he
what I
saw
mean.
himself regenerate into the Valyard in the TARDIS, and nobody able to stop the Valyard, and the TARDIS was crying. And that's what it is. That's what I always feel. Because there's got to be a thing behind the Pandorica. Why did every single race see him as the threat, and he didn't see himself? Right, Chris?
And why in so many alien culture and that is the Doctor referred to as the mighty warrior, not the healer of everything?
Because he battles everybody. That's why.
What do you think, Chris, about the God complex?
You guys there?
Yeah.
Okay. Ray asked you what you think about the God complex. What did you think you saw in the room?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked you. Ray asked you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess my headphones cut out there.
No,
What do I think he saw? I always thought he either saw the War Doctor or the Valyard. And you heard the TARDIS crying because he was doing something terrible.
Yeah.
well, we can't have the War Doctor, sadly.
Yeah, John Kerr passed away. That was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
We're doing Real Whovians.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just talking about all these Christmas special and stuff like that. What could they possibly do for Moffat to finish it off? I honestly think Moffat's going to make it an hours-long extravaganza.
Or 2 hours.
To do that. I think he has the permission to do that, and I think he should do that. Because it's the final Moffat. He could do it. Either he can make it 3 hours, or he could split it into Christmas and New Year special. I would do that. You just want to see in the Christmas special, Daniel.
I don't want Capaldi to leave. That's what I would like to see.
Well, I really don't want that.
It's too late with that, my friend. So, what would you want to see? How would you want to see him go out?
I'm not sure. Probably saving the Earth.
Yeah. Chris, I talked about this in the cast before. Do you think there's going to be a time where we see a really badly, like he gets hurt more than ever before when he regenerates, like something really bad? Like, I'm talking like physical wounds.
Maybe. It'd be an interesting twist.
You know?
Well, like battle scars.
But I mean, the regeneration heals it. But I'm just saying, like, he just gets a threat that they just.
Or what?
Really bad with him.
Or what if he regenerates in the middle of an alien race, and they think what the hell's got, and they try and stop it?
Well, my thing was how you bring about the Valyard if you're not going to do the Another Crisis thing. What if the companion's in trouble and they hurt the Doctor so that he's regenerating and he can't stop them from killing the companion, and as he's regenerating, he sees them kill the companion, and then he turns evil while he's regenerating.
That would be a ballsy move.
You imagine that? Then he gets enraged, and it affects the regeneration. You'll see the flame turn red. You'll see weird stuff happening, and then he just amazing. You know, but then when he regenerates again, it'll be back to normal, probably. You know, I don't know, man, but I think they need to go in different directions. I think they need to have directions like Mr. Clever, Matt Smith come back for an episode. Why not? Well, what's the problem? Do something crazy. I say anyway.
Well, what we say is something totally different to what the BBC want.
Yeah. Well, BBC can feed the crap out of everybody because
I bet
they want them to stay. Next thing they don't want them to stay. So I don't know what the hell.
you know, like that's before we sign off and that. Like I said, them viewing numbers are going to mess up the BBC so bad that they're going to regret this. I think.
Well, I don't know what the hell they're up to. But all right, we have a big everything show we have to talk about, right, Chris? So Take care. Bye for now.